Hi, folks. My name is Michael Leahy. I'm one of the counselors here at South Eugene High School. I'm going to be walking you through the process that we follow here at South for students who are applying to four-year college. Right now is a really exciting time for our seniors. At this point, we have processed over 1,000 college applications for our seniors, so it's a really busy time. The counseling staff are working very closely with the seniors to support them and to help them get their documents and their applications sent to the schools. And we've adapted all of our processes to be done remotely. Since we're in a time of CDL, we're leaning heavily on the technology that we use at South to apply to college, and I think it's making all of us step up our communication efforts to make sure that we're connecting with our students and students are connecting with counselors, and we're able to meet their needs. So I appreciate you attending this video. We're going to speak about both things that juniors could be doing in the upcoming weeks, and then of course what seniors could be doing who have upcoming deadlines for college apps. So if you are a junior, you're going to be starting your junior project in the month of probably December, so in that trimester 2. A big part of that junior project is getting more familiar with Naviance and using it as the post-high school research tool that it is. There's a lot of really great features that help students search out different programs and different schools that have specific majors and that might be a good fit for them. So it helps them in that college process, that college research process. Naviance students, all 4J students have a Naviance account, but if your student needs to reset their account or reset a password, of course, they can reach out to their counselor and that can be done very easily. But we use Naviance quite a bit in junior and senior year as part of the college application process. One of the big tasks that juniors have as part of that junior project is adding colleges that they're interested in applying to in their colleges I'm thinking about list in their Naviance account. So through your research, if you're identifying schools that you think you might be interested in applying to the following fall, we'd want you to list those schools, and you can list as many as you want. There's no commitment that you're going to apply, it just shows interest. And if you have any schools that are listed in the colleges I'm thinking about list, you will be notified when admission reps come to either visit on campus next fall or if there are any virtual campus visits. So there's some advantages to casting a wide net when you're thinking about the schools that you would like to apply to. The second part of that junior project is the junior interview. We're going to sit down and meet, we being the counselors are going to sit down and meet with all of our juniors, and we'll go over the transcript and we'll talk about senior year course planning and making sure that we're meeting the high school graduation requirements and also post-high school goals. It's kind of our preliminary conversation where we talk about what the post-high school plan is and how we can best support the students. In the third trimester, that's a time typically when we have some standardized tests taking place. This year, we know that we will be conducting AP tests. So students who are in AP or IB courses could be taking some standardized tests during that time. At this point, we're not sure exactly what the status will be on SAT or ACT. So we're kind of in we're waiting, although that process has been on pause until we hear from our local health officials that we can gather and take tests. So at this point, for our seniors and for the class of 2021, over 1,600 schools have gone test optional in this year. So the weight of having a strong standardized test score has been removed from the shoulders of our current seniors. And we're not sure exactly what that's going to look like for the class of 2022. But as soon as we know, we will share that information out. I'm guessing that for the most part, it'll be a school by school basis. And then next summer, juniors should continue their research and be able to, attend as many virtual tours as possible. Or if there's questions that come up, they should always be encouraged to reach out directly to admissions offices. They love when juniors call or email. It shows authentic interest in the school. So I always encourage students, if there's a question or if they want to, if they want to learn more information about a school, that they should reach out directly to any of their schools. And then the early action or the early decision deadline, that's something that juniors could be thinking about prior to or throughout their summer. If a student has all of their, if they have a really clean transcript and it doesn't raise a lot of questions or red flags, and they feel like they've got a good solid understanding of where they want to apply, then, and they have the time, the energy to do it, then maybe looking to apply early, either early action or early decision might be a fit for your student. The difference between early action and early decision is early action is a non-binding agreement. So students can apply early action to multiple schools without having to commit if they are admitted. The early decision is a binding agreement. So if a student applies early decision, then they are really they're communicating that is their dream school, their top school they will be attending if they are admitted. So that's just something to think about as you're kind of creating your own personal timeline for the college application process. One other tip for juniors before the year is out, you would want to have a conversation with one of your junior, with maybe a teacher or two from junior year who could write you a letter of recommendation. So the way that we handle letters of rec here at South is students would email, or of course, if we're in person, you would have an in-person conversation with the teacher that you would like to that you'd like to request to have write on your behalf. We'll talk a little bit later about requesting letters of rec in the presentation, but that's, there are some teachers who are really high in demand for letters of rec, and some teachers will even cap the number of letters just because it's a really time-consuming activity, and they want to make sure that they're able to give all the best attention they can to the letters. So that I think there's an advantage to connecting with teachers prior to the summer about letters of rec. So here's a screenshot of what that Naviance Colleges I'm Thinking About list looks like. So this is a student, and I wasn't able to show all the colleges that they were thinking about, but you can see that they've got Cornell listed and McGill and University of Pennsylvania. Then on that left column, there's some quick links around Supermatch, college matches, and college visits, and college resources. So there's a lot more information that is built into the Naviance beyond just searching for the name of a school. They can really go into some deeper levels around what the programs that the schools might have a strong reputation or be ranked, or they might talk about how competitive it is, or just some of the general demographics and information about the school. And again, just as a reminder, the big advantage to listing many schools in your Colleges I'm Thinking About list is when a school is going to be presenting at South, and we have dozens of schools that come through every fall to present to our students, you will be notified via email. So it's really important to be checking your email during junior and senior year. And if you haven't created a professional email, you might do that just for the purpose of college application process. So if you have an email that you created back in middle school, you might refresh that with a professional email so you keep track of all your information and also your correspondences, and the inbox doesn't get so bogged down with spam. So for our seniors, we've funneled some information to a class of 2021 advising page, and we coach the seniors through this during the senior interview, which we always encourage students to schedule their senior interview in try 1 or very early into trimester 2, and we walk them through. And so we've created 2 different Google forms, the college material request form and also the transcript request form. These are forms that when we've been in building, we've had paper versions that we keep on file, but we're keeping the electronic version of these through that class of 2021 advising page. So I'd encourage you, we'll visit the class of 2021 advising page later on in the presentation, but this is just another reminder of that. You can find lots of resources, kind of step-by-step process about how to apply to college. And we always want to encourage students to fill out that college material request form if they're needing letters of rec, and the transcript request if they are needing to send an official transcript. So a little more information about transcripts, just because this becomes a popular question during senior year. The first transcript that schools are going to see is the initial transcript. So that's your end of junior year grades. So that's another thing that's really important during junior year, is to really finish strong. Because that's going to be the last grading period that the majority of schools are going to see as part of your application process. So they're going to see your end of junior year grades and your grades dating back to freshman year. And they're also going to see your senior year schedule. So they can see that you're maintaining a certain level of challenge in your senior year. And again, majority of schools want official transcripts to be sent electronically. That's another reason why we use Naviance, and it's so important that you list all the colleges that you're applying to in your colleges I'm applying to list in your Naviance account. You want to make sure that you confirm if a school really needs an official transcript. Many schools want students to self-report their grades. It's like University of Oregon, that's a new process that they're following this year, where they just want students to self-report. They don't need an official transcript. University of Washington, all of the UCs, the CSUs, the Cal States, they've always wanted students to self-report grades, credits, and classes. They do not want an official transcript to be sent as part of the application process. They will eventually want to see a transcript, but not till later on in the process. There are still a handful of colleges that ask for a transcript to be mailed. Georgetown comes to mind. So again, every school is a little bit different, and it's important that you're organizing this information. Naviance is helpful to be able to organize deadlines and how you're applying. But you might also want to be thinking about how you're going to organize this information. Are you a spreadsheet person? Are you a whiteboard person? Are you a big notepad, on the easel type of person? Whatever it takes to help you organize your information, because you're really tracking, each school on when do they need the information? So what's the deadline? What do they need from you? Do they need letters of rec? Do they need a transcript? And then how are you sending it? Are you sending it through their website, their admission website? Or are you using something like the Common application, or the Coalition application, or the UC app, or the CSU app? So there's lots of different applications out there. But you want to make sure that you're organizing all your information to the best of your ability. So for our seniors, as I mentioned earlier about making sure that you're listing all of your colleges in the colleges I'm applying to list, here's a screenshot of the student's Naviance page. You're going to click on colleges, and then you're going to go to the little grad cap where it says colleges I'm applying to, and you can add all the schools. For schools that are non-Common App schools, you're going to manually add those schools. For example, if you're applying to like Southern Oregon, you're going to apply direct through Southern's website. Portland State, you're going to apply direct through PSU's admission website. But if you are using the Common App, which is an application that has 700 different schools connected to it, you would be linking your Naviance account to your Common App account. We also have some surveys built into your Naviance account. So if you're a student that's going to be needing a letter of recommendation, either for your schools or maybe for a scholarship, we ask students to fill out the teacher recommendation info survey and also the counselor recommendation survey. So that, like I said, those are both housed under the About Me tab in Naviance. And if you go to My Surveys and My Surveys Not Started, that's something that you could do prior to the school year starts. Another tip for juniors, applications open typically at the beginning of August, maybe even earlier. So if you're a student who's wanting to really get a jump start on applications and you feel like you got a good handle on that process, then you might start in on your apps even before the school year starts. Here's a screenshot about how to link your Common App and your Naviance account. Students need to go in to their Common App under My Colleges and be able to waive their educational rights, their FERPA rights, and then they're going to go into their Naviance account to the colleges I'm applying to page and click Match Accounts. They're going to add the email that they're using for Common App, and then all the schools that you have in your Common App will automatically populate over on the Naviance side. Again, this is unique to Common App, so if you are working off of the coalition, you will need to manually add all of your schools to the Naviance account. Some reminders. We're going to want juniors to complete their junior project and their junior interview by May of 2021. So by, towards the end of the school year. We want juniors to add colleges I'm thinking about in their Naviance account. So they receive those invitations for the admission rep visits in the fall. And then current seniors, we want you to schedule and complete your senior interview and try one or early try two, so we have a good handle on what your plan is and how we can best support you. And then seniors, you want to make sure that you are following all those different application requirements for each of the schools. If there are supplemental essays, if they request letters of rec or not, that's something that you're going to want to make sure to investigate. And that you have added all your schools to the colleges I'm applying to list in your Naviance account, and you've input your information into the SEHS college material request form. If applicable, for students who are wanting to send their standardized test scores, you might be looking to do that. Again, schools are all test optional this year, but if you have a really strong SAT and ACT score and you were able to take the test at some point, you might send the score if you believe that it's going to weigh in your favor. You're going to order any transcripts via the request form that we have built in to the Class of 2021 page. And then make sure that you thank all those who helped you along the way throughout the process. We always, we love to hear how things finish out. Oftentimes we help you at the front end of the process, but months pass and we don't know what you decide. So we always appreciate hearing what your plan is. All right, let's go to that Class of 2021 form. Yeah, so you can see this is off of the South website, off of the students link, Class of 2021. And this is where we have housed all of that college application material, information, resources. And you can also see in the lower right corner here, we also have a chat feature now where on Tuesdays and Thursdays, counselors are available to answer questions through our online chat system. So just another way of it's a drop-in system. So if students have quick questions, and it's been really helpful for seniors who are working through applications and and they run into something that's a little confusing, they're able to connect with us through the chat function. So you can see that we have the steps laid out for applying to college, and that includes going over your transcript, setting your senior interview, the links for the college material request form is there, and also the transcript request form. So it's a one-stop shop right here. And we made a video a couple weeks ago. We did an app chat on a Friday, and we recorded that Zoom session. So if you're wanting to go through that process step by step, or if any of the details that I presented this evening are a little foggy, I encourage you to go through and watch this video as well, because Julie McGlinsky, another one of our counselors, does a great job of walking through the application process through this video that lives in the Class of 2021 page. Yeah, and as always, if there's questions, please connect with us. We want to know what's confusing and how we can best help you and support you through the process. So thanks so much. I appreciate you being here. Again, this is Michael Leahy signing off, and look forward to seeing you in your junior interview. And if you're a senior, and we haven't met yet. Look forward to connecting real soon. Have a good evening.